What's up guys, Steve here from ProNDC. Welcome to another ESO build video. So in today's video I want to show you the Stamina Nightblade PVE updated build for the Dragon Bones DLC. Well, not a lot has changed since last patch. Like, I've played this exact setup last patch already, but yeah, maybe CP changed a bit. I'm not entirely sure anymore, to be honest. And yeah, I just wanted to show you what you should run now on the Stamina Nightblade. Maybe give you some hints. I'm still not entirely sure what actually is like the best way to go for like maximum DPS, for like really min-maxing, but there's like I wanted to wait with the Stamina Nightblade and try to get some information, some opinions from other really good experienced Stamina Nightblade players. I don't think that I'm bad on the Stamina Nightblade, but there's other players that are like still quite a bit better than me and really pull sick numbers. So yeah, let's get started with the stats, of course. So I am a red guard. I have all my points to the stamina. I wear 7 medium currently, and those are my stats with a warrior on the stone with max health and max stamina food. Do I recommend any other race? Not really. Like, yes, you could go Imperial, you could go Orc, you could go Khajiit, of course, or Wood Elf. But to be honest, Red Guard will probably give you the best sustain. And on top of that, especially with the Khajiit, like the racial bonus, the racial passive of the Khajiit is not really active. Because we use mechanical acuity. And that set gives us 100% weapon and spell crit chance. For 5 seconds, you have an uptime of around 28%. And every time mechanical acuity is active, the Khajiit 8% extra crit passive is not working. Like, we already have 100% crit, so that racial passive is wasted for more than 1/4 of the fight. And I don't really like that. Because of that, I recommend to go with the red guard. However, currently I'm wearing a dagger and a sword, a dagger and an axe. I'm sorry, a dagger and an axe. And what you could do if you think it's too little health, go with a 5-1-1 setup. So 5 medium, 1 heavy, 1 light. What this will do, it's pretty simple. So we have the medium armor skill line here. We get 2% crit chance for every medium armor piece that we wear. We lose, or we get stamina recovery and stamina cost reduction for every medium armor piece that we wear. People might think, okay, we lose crit chance and we have more issues with resources, and yeah, that might be true. But on the Undaunted skill line, of course, if you're ranked 9, we have Undaunted Metal. Increases your max health, stamina, and magic by 2% per type of armor, heavy, medium, light, that you have equipped. So we currently are at 2% because we only have medium. If you go with 5-1-1, 5 medium, 1 heavy, 1 light, then this will become 6%, which means we get more HP, we get more stamina, so more base damage and more magicka, which doesn't really, affect us. We don't have any issues with sustain because of the improved synergies and trials. That's really good, and we can do some heavy attacks now and then, especially if the target is off balance. So if you see enemies off balance and you know you will have some issues with sustain, try to do a heavy attack or 2 into your skills to get back twice the amount of stamina. Really important. So yeah, those are the stats. Let's get into gear. So we wear mechanical acuity, as I said. I currently wear 7 medium. If I go with 7 medium, because it makes no DPS difference, to be honest, instead of the dagger, I'd go with a sword. I'm not sure if people will understand my logic behind this, but a dagger adds, see like the passives here, a dagger adds 5% crit chance. Each dagger increases your weapon critical rating by 1095. So that's 5% crit chance from 1 dagger. But of course that dagger is useless if mechanical acuity is active. So if you go with the sword and an axe instead, we get 2.5% more raw damage. So basically, because more medium armor pieces give us more crit chance. If you go 7 medium, go with a sword and an axe. Because I never noticed any DPS difference between sword and axe and dagger and axe when I went with 7 medium. And if you go with 5 medium, 1 heavy, 1 light, go with a dagger. Because we have 2 less pieces of medium armor. So we lose 4% weapon crit chance, and we can compensate that with extra 5% from a dagger. I'm not sure like how big the differences are. I've also tried out, like, I never noticed any big difference between dagger and sword here, but yeah, it's up to you. Do you want to go with double axe? To be honest, not really. A lot of console players don't have the time and trials to switch out gear all the time. The axe bleed doesn't proc from like stuff like Steel Tornado, and on trash fights, axes are just like pure bullshit. So what I recommend is to go with a maximum of 1 axe. On top of that, if you proc the bleeding damage, you have a higher chance with 2 axes to proc the bleeding damage. But if you proc it again, it will just overwrite it. It doesn't stack. So you lose some damage ticks, and it's just not worth it. Like, I gained like a maximum of 1k DPS from the second axe. But I gained more damage from going with another dagger or a sword. So double axe, nah. I tried it out for a while. It's not bad. Trust me, it's not bad. But you have to be really lucky to get like a ton of axe bleed procs to actually make it worth it. Anyway, we have a Nirnhound dagger with a poison damage glyph on the main hand, and we have an infused axe with a weapon damage glyph on the offhand. Make sure you always have Nirnhound on the main hand and infuse on the offhand. Then 3 pieces of acuity, divine, stamina, of course. Maelstrom bow and Nirnhound. I use precise last patch. If acuity is active, precise won't be active. Like, we already have 100% crit chance, like I said, so precise, nah, not really worth it. Difference is really small, but I'm going more for Nirnhound now. Then, of course, double dot poisons. As a monster set, I currently wear Stormfist. Stormfist gives us stamina recovery and is in total just more AoE damage compared to other monster sets. Really good. You get it from Tempest Island, at least the helmet. And I think like from the Galerion chest, I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. One of the chests from the Undaunted, you get Stormfist. And yeah, on certain boss fights where the hitbox is bigger, I go with Veladreth instead. So Veladreth, because like these disease spores, especially on like Valarial, the Assembly General, Rockhard, Foundation Stone Atro, and like quite a few more, more than just 1 spore can hit the enemy. So you get more single target DPS from using Veladreth. On top of that, you gain weapon damage, which is more raw damage. And yeah, just like try to figure out for yourself what you want to run, or if you can switch it. Maybe like console players cannot switch it, then just like maybe stick to Stormfist so you have less issues with sustain. But yeah, anyway, the set we combine it with is War Machine. So War Machine is a set that people will probably sigh right now, like, oh my god, it's a raid set. I cannot get that set. What should I do? Well, you enchant with weapon damage, of course, and it's really sick on Stem and Nightblade because you can you have a really cheap ultimate. You buff yourself, you buff 2 allies with Major Slayer for 10 seconds, 15% extra damage. That's huge, especially in trials. So this set is really good. We wear 2 body pieces and divines, of course. And if you don't have access to it, try to farm on normal. Because like the only difference between blue and gold jewelry is that you have less stamina from the robust trait. You have less weapon damage and stamina from the 2 and 4 piece set bonus. And that's it. Major minus Slayer stay exactly the same. Like the duration is the same. The amount of extra damage that you get is the same. And it's like, I don't know, like it's not even like 1k less stamina. It's like, I don't know, a few hundred. And then like, I don't know, 6 less weapon damage. If it's even that much, I don't know. and or maybe like a tiny bit more. The difference is so small. If you're not running vet trials, you can just go with the blue jewelry. There's no harm in running blue jewelry if you just run dungeons. Anyway, you could, of course, if you don't have any access to trials gear, replace it with Briarheart. You can replace it with what's it called? Spriggans, if you want some more penetration. Like, it's up to you. I already named it in my build videos in the past. There's so many options for stamina, but this is the setup that I currently run and recommend. Let's get into skills. So for skills, as you can see, surprise attack is our spammable skill. When we do not buff ourselves or apply dots, we just spam light attack plus surprise attack, and yeah, pretty simple. Also applies major fracture, reduces physical resistance, which is cool. Then we have rending slashes, single target dot. Bleed damage ignores resistances, so that's also pretty nice. Then we have relentless focus. So relentless focus was changed. Now it counts your light attacks that you do on bow and your dual wield bar, of course. And if you hit 5 light attacks, you can shoot a spectral bow. That's pretty nice. The thing is, like what people don't know, if you are at 4, you can just do a light attack and click the skill immediately to shoot the bow immediately. A lot of people will do it like this, do like 5 light attacks, and then basically like a 6th one, and then shoot it, which wastes 1 light attack. So basically, when I play like this, I can get in 3 bow procs. Maybe even a 4th one, if I don't do anything else. I can see, like, I even was able to get 4 out of here. Anyway, you won't be able to get 4 in an actual fight, of course, but that's just how it works. And the cool thing is, like, if I just like do 3 here and I recast it too early, it will save it. So you can see, like, I'm at 4 now. I can shoot with a 5th light attack. So pretty cool skill, really, really strong. What you have to keep in mind, your spectral bows are stronger than your surprise attack. So if you have your spectral bow ready, don't go and use another surprise attack. Prioritize the spectral bow over your surprise attack. It's really important. Then we have our execute, Killer's Blade. It's so strong. In the trial, completely buffed with everything, it hits for more than 90k. If you have a proper group, of course. Yeah, we use it at 25% health or lower, so like when the enemy is at 25% health or lower, and this basically replaces our surprise attack. And if we still keep our dots up, of course, we don't really need relentless focus because Killer's Blade is stronger than a spectral bow, and we get the minor berserk from the combat prayer of our healers, so we have to trust them that they keep buffing us all the time. And we just put down our trap, hail, and poison injection. I usually don't go with razor caltrops anymore, because only if there's like a lot of enemies I put that down, because then I can get in more Killer's Blades, of course, and of course in our in cap. But yeah, this is really strong, of course. Then we currently have Rearming Trap here. So Rearming Trap gives us minor force. And I always put it down before I bar swap, and then I cast my hail, my caltrops, my poison injection, then either like leeching or in cap, depending on like what's active, what run out, and stuff like that. And most of the people will be like, why are you not running Deadly Cloak? Like, Deadly Cloak reduces the AoE damage you take by 25%. And I usually run in highly optimized groups where I don't really need that much of damage reduction. Like, you were able to play stamina in the past without Deadly Cloak before this got buffed. And if you want to play it safely, then of course, just go with Deadly Cloak. But like I said, we run in groups where we really want to maximize damage, and then I just usually go with Rearming Trap. So yes, there are some people that just put like Expert Hunter here or like Silver Shards, and well, that is fine. I put that there Basically because I have to cast one skill on the back bar. Usually I always casted Hail, Trap, Caltrops, Poison Injection, and then either Leeching or Incap. So I casted 5 skills on the back bar. Now I only have to cast 4, which could help with my Acuity uptime. And then I spend less time on the bow bar where I have less weapon damage. So yeah, less weapon damage, and I can use, like, I'm on my front bar sooner. That should help a little bit with DPS. On top of that, because this is a fighter skill ability, it also gives me 3% more weapon damage from the passive of the fighter skill. Of course, if you cast Rearming Trap on the back bar, you can get in one more surprise attack instead of casting Rearming Trap there. But like, this should give you a tiny bit of a better, better damage. Anyway, back bar we have Endless Hail for Maelstrom Bow, AoE, dot, then Poison Injection, single target dot, especially in Execute, really strong. Rearming Trap again. If you use Rearming Trap on the front bar, you can replace it with, for example, Vigor for extra healing. We have Razor Caltrops, Leeching Strikes. So Razor Caltrops here, AoE dot, same as Endless Hail, and then Leeching Strikes heals us with our light and heavy attacks, and then restores also some stamina, and when it runs out, it also restores 4.2k stamina again. And then we have Incap for our War Machine. Cost 7 ultimate, we get 20% more damage for 6 seconds against the target that we use Incap on. So that's really sick. We switch our skills around in trash fights, and that's really important. So if you have the chance to switch skills, because like bosses don't always spawn directly, I put Reaper's Mark here, and on the front bar I always go, just because it's, first of all, it's AoE damage. Secondly, there's a lot of AoEs that this will reduce, so Deadly Cloak on the front bar and Steel Tornado. So Steel Tornado, well, this has an execute component, hits for more than 30k on multiple targets. This is also AoE. Then we have Endless Hail and Caltrops as AoEs, and yeah, then I'd use Reaper's Mark. So why is that? Reaper's Mark, yeah, you debuff enemies, that's cool, but when a marked enemy dies, and it lasts for 20 seconds, when a marked enemy dies, you heal for 57% of your max health, and you gain Major Berserk, increasing your damage done by 25% for 5 seconds. So basically, when this is active, Major Berserk, 25% more damage, then of course you Rearming Trap, your dots are down, maybe you even used, I don't know, maybe you even used Flawless Dawnbreaker to activate War Machine, and you spam Steel Tornado on your Acuity procs, you deal a ton of AoE damage. Trust me, it's so much AoE damage. Just like, wow. Really, wow. This is a lot. And it's really easy to get, like, in certain trash mob groups to go up to like more than 200k DPS. 200k DPS. That's insane. Really, really insane. But anyway, this is like for trash fights. Let's just like go back to the regular setup here. Okay. So let's have a look at champion points. So for champion points, green tree, we have 28 into Warlord, 5 into Sprinter, 76 into Tenacity, 49 Mooncalf, 48 Shadow Ward, 34 Tumbling. Red tree, we have 61 Ironclad, 36 in the Spell Sheet, 49 Hardy, 49 Elder Defender, 34 Thick Skin, 11 Quick Recovery. On the blue tree, we have 56 Mighty, 22 Piercing, 61 Precise Strikes, 44 in Thaumaturge, and 61 into Master Arms. So people will say like, hey, if you run Alkosh, if you run Infused Torx Crusher and stuff, aren't you over penetrating? Like, we only need like, I don't know, like 1, 2, 3 points or so into piercing. Yes, might be. It depends a little bit on the trial. If you have a ton of trash, I recommend to go with this, around this amount of piercing. If you have all the debuff sets and all the debuff glyphs and stuff like that. Because keep in mind, trials are not just boss fights. Like, if you do the math, you will see that you're overpenning. But trials are not just boss fights. On top of that, debuffs aren't active 100% all the time. So like Sunder might have a few percent downtime. Night Mother's Gaze should usually not have downtime, but Alkosh and Turk's Pact can have some downtime. Maybe Alkosh is only up like 70-80%, and we need to compensate that. So you're better off with some more points into piercing than going with like raw damage and having like penetration left there. Like overpenning isn't like too bad. At least that's what I experienced in my tests. I might be wrong, to be honest, but from the DPS tests that I've done, putting 22 points into piercing, or around 20 into piercing, was more effective than having like 6 or 7 points into piercing. And 61 to mastered arms. Then keep in mind, on trash fights, not all the mobs are debuffed by Alkosh and Thunderflame and stuff. So the extra pen is really nice to to make those trash fights a little bit shorter. But that's pretty much it for champion points. So for the rotation, just use the buff wood here. So for the rotation, we don't really have a rotation. We buff prior to the fight. Yeah, we use Leeching Strikes, we use Relentless Focus. And basically what I then do, I put down the trap, I light attack Hail, light attack Caltrops, light attack Poison Injection, and then because my Leeching Strikes is active, I use my Incap into a bar swap. Then I usually have 4 light attack stacks already here on the Relentless Focus. Then I light attack, shoot the Spectral Bow, reapply the Rending Slashes, and then I just like light attack, surprise attack all the time until I get to 4 again. Then I light attack, shoot the Spectral Bow, put down the trap into a bar swap, and then this basically starts again. But instead of casting Incap, I go with Leeching Strikes. It's a mixture of a dynamic and a static rotation. And basically it looks like this. So buffing here, trap, light attack Hail, light attack Caltrops, light attack Poison Injection, light attack Incap, light attack Bow, light attack Rending. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm at 4 again. Put down the trap, Hail. So this ran out, so I can shoot the bow again. You can see I put down the trap again all the time. Basically it looks a little like this. If you want to see it in faster action, fully buffed, just go to the beginning of the video, have a look at the DPS test again, and that's pretty much it. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any further questions, just like feel free to ask them in the comment section. I'd be happy to answer them. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, like I said, and if you don't want to miss any more ESO content, I recommend to hit that sub button. So I also hope you tune in next time as well. Hope to see you there. Bye bye.